Damn, you got a good point. I didn't think about it like that. Valk, you probably wake up at like 4 in the morning to go gym. That's the kind of dedication I wish I had. I think I'm mulligan this too. Hmm. 10's kind of awkward. I can keep blue. I guess I put back these two, and then we have a plan. Yeah, I think bidding the interaction's pretty safe here. Then we go Island, Wistfulness, and then Formidable Speaker for Charlotte's Agent. I didn't win more. I saw you lurking in Mango's stream last night. Or chatting in Mango's stream while I was lurking in Mango's stream. Yo, Mango kind of crushed with elves. If he knew how the deck worked a little bit faster, he was kind of crushing with elves. He just didn't really know what he was doing for the first, like, 3 matches. Same with the Living End. The Living End looked pretty good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess casting Living End is pretty good against this board. Elves might be one of the harder decks to pilot in Modern. Yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to play as Wistfulness, but I'm nowhere close to double green right now, and I kind of want to keep this Passager in my hand, so I guess I'm just going to loot with the Wistfulness and hope for the best. Even though I kind of need this as an answer to Tormod's Crypt. I guess I can go tutor up another one if they play a Tormod's Crypt. I can discard this Mistrise Village. No, it's probably the Otawara, but I don't have a forest. Does that matter? No, I guess it's the Otawara. And I play this Passager, play the Speaker, discard whatever. The mana base in this deck's kind of clunky. Yep. Nope. Hate that. Okay. Well. New plan. Panic? Well. This is quite bad for me, chat. Try to think getting a Spider-Man helps. Not really. It does if I draw it in the green source, but then they just crack the Tormod script in response to the Spider-Man. We could bounce it. I can't thought seize them. I have to play Speaker this turn. I'm just deciding what I want to tutor with the Speaker. Oh, God. I gotta upload this deck list also. It's too busy yapping about how I don't wake up in the morning. Okay, what am I tutoring? What am I discarding? What am I tutoring? I'm probably discarding Harvester. I mean, maybe I want to cast this Harvester. They have weapons, claws. Do I discard Deceit? Yeah, I'm gonna discard Deceit. I don't know what to get. Somebody backseat me. Chat, it's finally 9 in the morning. Maybe I still just get the Shardless Agent. Then force him to pop the Crypt. And puts this in the graveyard for the next Living End. Also, this is fine if they play a Capo. I don't know. Dingo, put your interaction back. Dies so hard. Dies to a single Tormod script. That's so embarrassing. Oh, God. Where's the Saga? I can fix my mana with Speaker, notably. Sadly, I don't have anything going on. Oh, Sync. Does that do anything? Not really. Graveyard. I want to lose this game, chat. Nah, you're doing great. Maybe this Mistrise Village and Enter Tap would be doing a little bit better. Good. I have to kill this Urza Saga, right? And leave them with the Tormod script. Fix my mana, baby. I think I might be dead. I'm dead to like a single munitions. No! Okay. What a hater. I guess I can just be dead on board. Calling Ritual Force of Vigor. Mystical Dispute, probably. I don't think I want Street Wraith. Harvester's probably fine. Subtlety seems much less important than Force Negation because I really only care about Tormod script, right? Kappa Cannon here I can sweep up in the process. Could take a Fulminator Mage for Urza Saga. I guess the Endurance might be important too. Just got the last Subtlety. I don't think I want Subtlety. But I might want to tutor up for a Fulminator Mage. Yeah, but it doesn't do it like twice. I still think there's probably scenarios where I want to tutor up a Fulminator Mage. Because when it comes back, it doesn't blow up in Urza Saga. But when Fulminator comes back, it also blows up in Urza Saga. So I want to Thought Seize them. If I want to Thought Seize them, that would be impossible. Unless I top the black land here. I can't get blue-black with this Generous Ent. I think I leave this on top anyways. Bright and early, Enya. At your service. Saga Pass? Come here. Yay, Sinkhole. Yeah, Dingo Standard Time. A tough clock to work off of, speaking from experience. I guess I want Breeding Pool. I do want to hold up Mystical Dispute. This man base is looking a little tough. Maybe we gotta play some filter lands in here. Is that crazy? Maybe filter land's not so bad. This deck used to not play filter lands because of the cyclers. But I don't know. It used to play like that one blue-black filter land. Old King Cole, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate you. No. No. I remembered my place as a humble streamer. Yeah, I think filter lands might be pretty good. I think I cast Cavero for green and pop this Saga. Is that what I want to do? I think so. I still don't double black. Very, very awkward. I think a blue-black filter would go a long distance, probably. Ooh. I think I attack and see if they want to send 2 munitions at the Cavero. They do, I might just Shardless Agent. I guess they can sack the Ravager and bring back the Ravager, though. I'm not sure I care about that. Oh, I uploaded it. I didn't change the command. I think I'm probably going to end up hardcasting this. The Ravager's going to end up in the graveyard anyways because it can sack itself. So do I blow up the claws and the weapons, or do I blow up the Ravager? Probably the claws and the weapons. I think that makes the most sense. I'm going to take a lot of damage, though. I'm going to take 9. 10. Even. I doing crazy. Okay. It's pretty bad for me. I think we do, chat. Do you think I try to bounce the Ravager? Or do I just thought seize them? I think I'm casting Living End this turn. Either way, I start by attacking them. Bouncing the Ravager doesn't make a lot of sense if they sacrifice it. I think it's a pretty heads-up play by them, though, so maybe I just make them do it. I think I like this. Okay, they are going to sacrifice it. I don't have to Shardless here. It's probably pretty good for me if I do, though. I think it's better for me. They could kill me. But I think my board's pretty strong. They need to play like 5 artifacts. I think the Spider-Man's really good in this deck. What's your secret standard Elves deck looking like? God, I wish. God, I wish. How do I Elf Ball? Woo! We culminated every last brain cell for that win, chat. Go us. And let me tell you, there's not many up there. Actually, kind of just gave me an idea. I think this hand's too slow. Surveil land is not great. I'm gonna try it. I think this is a below average hand, though. Mostly because of the Surveil land. If I can go Mystical Dispute and no Overlord and the Speaker, I wouldn't have an issue with it. I thought they were holding a Metallic Rebuke. Okay. Okay. This needs to get Watery Grave. If I do need to Mystical Dispute something. I do want a second black source, but do I want a green source? I guess that's fine. I want Force of Vigor. Land sequencing actually matters in this deck. Quite a bit. I didn't Spartan. I have access to green, green. I don't have blue, blue. I guess I do have blue, blue here. I'm probably gonna Metallic Rebuke this. I want a second formidable speaker. I need to take a second speaker. Yeah, we're playing for the deceit mostly, but it has some other use cases too. Plan's gonna make constructs. One bringer. It's not a bad idea. But then you have to draw. You have to like speaker for the bringer and then discard the bringer. I think speaker's really good. I do think the elementals play a little bit better than they look. I just take a Shardless Agent. I didn't ask though. Kind of have to clear these constructs regardless. Even though they're gonna get a second Tormod's Crypt, it's whatever. I think clearing the constructs is important enough. Oh, getting a Vexing Bauble. What the frick? I just forgot about Vexing Bauble. Yeah, I don't know if it got much better for Living End. Gross. I think they have Metallic Rebuke. I don't think I can really play around Metallic Rebuke. No, there's one for Lorwyn in 2 weeks. You're here at noon. So was I. Just over there. Asleep. What do I do, chat? I go for the Living End. It's not even good. Or I just hardcast Wistfulness. If I hardcast Wistfulness, I could try to pop a... I don't even think that's good either. They never have it. It'd be like Wistfulness, pop Vexing Bauble. Block my way out of the turn. I guess it also loses. Doesn't really matter. They always have it. Probably true. Nothing matters. They have it. Do they crack it for a card, or do they crack it to the Ravager? And they crack it to the Ravager. Okay. Well, here's my Shardless Agent. How you doing, Dino? But a couple of the other ones are probably nice. Very interesting brew. It's just Living End. At the end of the day. And all returns to Living End. But yeah, I think blue-green and blue-black would do wonders here. Our mana base is already pretty wrecked. You could play more 1-mana fetchers. I don't know. I'm playing 4 Street Wraith and 4 1-mana fetchers. I don't know if you want to overload on the 1-mana fetchers. But I do think I want a couple filter lands in the mana base. I think his hand's pretty good. Get to go Hedge Maze into Mysterize, Wistfulness, Subtlety backup, Thundering Falls. Yeah, that Mystical View is really awkward, right? I kind of just held it up all the time, and then they didn't cast a single blue spell. And then the time they cast the blue spell, I had to tap out. Awkward. You guys want to hit another land? Wasty time. Yeah, did not hit another land. Spin this Overlord though. We don't have a land, we'll Wistfulness again. We don't have very many lands in the deck. It's only like 16 Encyclers. Is that right? 16 plus a sink, 17. And then you got the 4 land cyclers and Street Wraith. Ragavan. What plays Wooded Foothills Ragavan? Thundering Falls. Zoo? This is probably Zoo. Another one. We can beat Zoo probably, but we gotta hit a land drop first. I don't think I'm gonna need Force Negation. Hey, we're not gonna beat Zoo. I've solved the puzzle. It is indeed Zoo. What did I do with that Ragavan? Put Ragavan on top. I think they're okay. Ish. Not sure what they're holding up besides Stub. Doorkeeper. That makes sense. I'm gonna put a 5/5 into play. They're very cool. I wish they were a little bit better, but they are very cool. Now I'm just gonna cast Living End now. I want to put a 5/5 into play. Sorry, opponent. Time to die. Oh, I just realized you could stack these triggers so that way you subtlety the Shardless Agent and then you mill over with Overlord. You could pick it back up with Overlord to guarantee yourself a hit. Wait, that's sick. That's way better than what I was trying to do. Hi, Mikey. When you play Blue White Control in Modern again, I love to see you play that deck. Best regards from Columbia. Not your backer. Probably not for a little bit, anyways. We could play it today if we run out of stuff to do for 12 hours, but I think a lot of today is going to be spent practicing for the Pro Tour, so playing a decent amount of Standard. We're going to play in the Standard Challenge at 5 o'clock. And also, I want to try some new Modern brews with Lorwyn cards. I'm not sure Blue White Miracles really got any Lorwyn cards. Try like Lockmare, but Lockmare seems unimpressive in Modern. I'm trying to think what else did they get. Really nothing, right? What do I want against Zoo? Probably the cut. I think FOV is gonna be good. You're really close to the standard variant. We're gonna actually play the standard variant of this deck in the challenge at 5 o'clock. I want to try that build. The mana base looks equally as bad too. Where'd it go? I'm blind. What the frick? Another freeform? Oh, it was the DB account, that's why. Forgot I had both Magic Online's accounts open. There we go. I'm gonna try this build. I think this mana base is really, really bad though. 4 of each Verge, 4 of each Shockland. Run it. "12 Verge, ship it." There's no way 12 Verge is correct. It's a very satisfying mana base though. There's no way we need that many Verges. Oh, I didn't even sideboard. Oops. I got distracted. Distracted by the perfect mana base. On the verge of tweeting Frank Garston. Get this guy. I think the cards in the main deck actually seem very good, but the mana base seems abysmal. Right? I kind of like every single card in the main deck here. You just get to play Fatal Push and a Bitter Triumph and the Awaken. And then you just have like your Speaker, Wistfulness, Deceit stuff. I don't know. It seems great. Mana base seems awful. But I don't know the math on these things yet. Like how many versions are supposed to have? None of them start on black, which is concerning for a 4 Fatal Push deck. I think I put back Deceit or Force Negation or Secretly Forest. All right, let's do Secretly Forest because we're greedy as hell. I think 4 Wistfulness is probably fine. Blue doesn't seem that bad. Because, I mean, you also need blue for Deceit. Yeah, you got a Ragster. I'm going to die to that Ragster, too. Can pop the Ley Line. I don't really want to give them a Deceit. Glory. Yuppers. We're in danger, chat. Fixed standard, the format's cooked. I'm trying, but my mana base is bad. Pretty sure I just have to loot with Wistfulness here. I could bounce the Ley Line back to their hand. That doesn't really do anything. I have to find Charlotte's Agent next turn. Okay. Okay. I said bin the Deceit. But I want a blue card to pitch to Force Negation, maybe. Could bin the Speaker. I think it's been the Speaker. That's assuming Charlotte's Agent Living End's gonna resolve, which doubtful. Classic Nassif. Fiending over Living End. I do Nassif. Okay. I take 6. Rubbing eyes before 1 hour, we're doomed. I think Deceit's meh. So far, I haven't really had an opportunity to Thoughtseize anybody, but I also think that I need filter lands in this deck. I think you have to play like a blue-black filter land and a blue-green filter land, probably. There's too many islands for Deceit to have black consistently. Oh, I'm just dead. Yeah, I think this mana base is bad. Like, I don't know if you could play Otawara and Sync and be able to have, like, green, black. I mean, hardcast wise, it's a little tougher to hardcast. Are you running a Spider-Man? Because this Spider-Man, like, anytime you get Deceit into Spider-Man, it feels pretty decent. But the filter land definitely needs to be in this deck. 1 or 2 JED. Am I stupid? I don't know what that means. I've seen like 3 people say JED. Is that formidable speaker? Okay, I understand. It's the pros. Okay, I understand now. Giant. Yeah, I keep reading it as like Lion's Eye Diamond, Giant's Eye Diamond. I don't want to get Zoo. I still don't have Force Figures that good against Zoo either. I think this list would be sick if my mana was better, but it's not. It's pretty bad. Fulman hit them out of the game. I'll try the FOV. And it's not keepable, I don't think. Miser's Atroxa. I feel like if you're gonna play a Miser or something, it's probably like a Bringer of the Last Gift. I don't even know. This seems bad too, though. You can play like a Spider-Man and a Bringer, and you can discard the Bringer to the Speaker and then tutor the Spider-Man if you ever end up drawing it for some reason. Or milling over it. Fox does pitch, that's true. Yeah, pitch. I think I'm getting rid of this Endurance. Might need 2 Shardless Agents. I also just need like a blue card to pitch here. Never didn't have it. Mangu stole this list. This is the list that Mangu was playing. I sent it to him. I made a few changes this morning. I need blue mana, and I probably also would like to have black. So, just an Undercity Sewers. Fetch sequencing with this deck is so hard. Every fetch matters. That's a pretty big tell. I didn't hit my land drop, so I think I would rather Wistfulness here than Overlord. Just to guarantee I hit my land drop on curve. I guess Overlord could pick up a Cycler. A land Cycler. Overlord can get Street Wraith, though. I mean, that can't be right. I want to discard the Overlord, I think. Maybe there's Rest in Peace, meaning that nothing matters. Nothing matters, I'm spending this Wistfulness. Tap land, tap land. God bless. I guess I discard the Troll. No, actually, maybe I just discard the Hedge Maze. Then go Troll, Cycle, Swamp, Overlord if I don't draw an untap land. But it's worse if I do draw an untap land. I'm gonna assume I'm not gonna draw an untap land. I guess even if I do draw an untap land, I'm probably gonna like Subtlety something here. And Overlord can pick up another Shardless Agent too. Don't rest in peace. Bummer. Let's go get Overgrown Tomb, I guess. Because I need green now. I guess there's a small chance they crack it here. They shouldn't. They crack it here, right? That'd be sweet. I take Wistfulness. Casting Wistfulness on the Spell Bomb is pretty much the same as just casting a Shardless Agent. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense to do that. Maybe I take a 1-mana cycler. I'm kind of scared to go super low on life against the Zoo deck, though. So I could get a second Street Wraith, but I think I'd rather just get a Troll. I think it was Speaker. I don't know if it was Speaker. I think this Troll is better if I draw a land. Because then I get like Shardless Agent, they crack the Spell Bomb, and then I'd land cycle, then cycle Street Wraith. Still just put 12 power into play. 11 power into play. Might be fine. I think they have Stub. Stub's gonna be good against me regardless. I can just let that resolve. Go, Frank, thank you for the 42 months. Bouncing the cover doesn't do a lot. Thought seizing them doesn't do a ton either. I think we do here, chat. I can get one, right? And I get Street Wraith. I need to draw an untapped land. So I gotta have to cycle the Troll now for a swamp to cast the Shardless Agent. I just don't know if they have Stub. I could spot check with the Deceit, but then their hand changes by 2 cards because of the Kavu. So I think I just Stub check them. But I also think I want to cycle this Troll for a swamp. So I can develop my mana and maybe like Deceit plus Shardless Agent 1 turn. Opponent never has it. I think they might have it. They're certainly posing like they do have it. Okay. Yeah, I have to get the Spell Bomb off the field, right? I'm just not winning this game if I don't get the Spell Bomb off the field. As like kill Spell Bomb, kill their creature, get a 3/3. If everything goes according to plan. Or a 2/2 and a 3/4. Kind of rude. Yeah, they killed my 2/2. Alright, now I think we just try to play the fair game. Might be hard. Get him, Street Wraith. Hmm. Sure. Guess I just leave up Hardcast Subtlety. It's pretty bad into another Mystical Dispute, though. Still might have multiple Mystical Disputes because we're not really doing anything else. So what I could do is Deceit and check. And evoke this Subtlety. A Legend of McCormick. Hasty Scion's pretty scary too, but I have Wistfulness to kill it. I think we take the Legend. I shouldn't have attacked first, I guess, if I was going to do that. I could see the Hasty Ragavan. We're going to have to decide if they want a Hasty Flash or Hasty Ragavan. I guess this is pretty bad for me, though. What an idiot. Jazz version. Overlord in 2 turns. We got this. Because if they put me to 3, I'm dead to them just topping Flage. Oh, maybe I Subtlety. Maybe I Subtlety the Scion. I didn't think about that. That's something I want to do. If I cast Living End again, I can get a Flage and a Kavu. I have a Kavu. It's kind of awkward. Curious to see if they go top or bottom. He got stuck. Put Kavu on top. Oh, that's really good for me. How's Lorwyn been? It's been fun. I think Speaker is probably the best card in Lorwyn. So I do this, and I Shardless Agent, and then they get back Flage. They can dome me for 3, go back up to a lot. I'm dead to Hasty Flage the following turn. I guess I could wait a turn. But the problem is, I'm still dead to Hasty Flage. Right? It's gonna be interesting. Strong Endurance. I probably... I'm not... I can't Shardless Agent anymore unless I draw something. Yeah, apparently I should have brought in the Fulminator Mage. Damn. That was actually such a good draw. Now we got our Overlord. Whoever said Overlord's coming in 2 turns, they're right. Overlord's a coming. This was like MTGO premium draw. I actually think this is better than Endurance. Balemark gonna have to trade. No, Balemark doesn't have to trade. If they go for the Hasty Flage, they can't attack with Kavu. I mean, they have to just not attack with Kavu, right? If they just attack, I probably have to trade then. Looks like they're going for the Flage. Subtlety, my savior. Subtlety, my savior. Okay, they can't attack now. Unless they draw Lightning Bolt. They've put Flage on top, so they're not going to draw Lightning Bolt, and their last card in hand's a Scion. I get to pick up another Subtlety. And trade Overlord for Kavu. I think we won this game. Thanks to Subtlety. Oh, that wins too. Blue, blue, black, black. Spider-Man. Deceit. Why not cast Living in the namesake of the deck? Worst card in the deck. How's the Kavu? Thoughtseize the Kavu. Actually, probably the Scion. Doesn't really matter. Thoughtseize the Kavu. Die. Guess who can't cast Deceit on turn 2? This guy. Jiraxis. Should be by name Ragnaros. And then the only thing I say in Moto chat is Die Insect. Die Insect. Damn, he's good. I'm on team Flex Slot Diamond for the Pro Tour. Easy streamer win. Hell yeah, it is. They know I top decked Harvester, and they're not happy about it. They knew. This game is pretty easy. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Goblin Bombardment. Cat. I'm just a little mad. It's okay. I get it. Okie dokie. Wait, come back. Culling Ritual. Probably more endurance. Fairy Macabre might be okay too. Forces out, even though they might have Blood Moon. They have Blood Moon, they have Blood Moon. It is what it is. If we die, we die. I take out a Street Wraith and a Murderous Cut. What am I looking to cut in this matchup? Their graveyard hates Thraben Charm, which they're gonna cast on my turn. They don't play Rest in Peace. They do play Ghost Vacuum sometimes. But Wistfulness covers that too. I could have the Ragavan back. Good end. Sure. Pray to Street Wraith. Greenland, uh-oh. Andre Strasky, thank you. Appreciate the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Do I get rid of the second subtlety? Or do I get rid of the Spider-Man? I think it's the Spider-Man. Could be wrong. It ought to be worse if Grief was in the format. Oh, 100%. I miss it, though. Did Johnny go on the bottom? I didn't see. Probably top, but they didn't cast it pre-combat. Maybe the energy doesn't matter. Grief is very, very good. I didn't do anything. Well, I also can't do anything. I'm pretty sure they're holding up the Raven Charm. But I'm stuck on land, so... This deck needs more filter lands, for sure. They put the Ajani back on top. They're still holding up the Raven Charms. If they're going to replay the Ajani, I want to give myself the best chance possible to draw 4th land, Culling Ritual. So I think we just Wistfulness here. It's going to get eaten by the Raven Charm, that's okay. think I dropped the Deceit. I did miss my land drop. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, wait, did I play my land? I definitely did. Okay, here's the plan. I don't care what I draw. That doesn't matter. We're gonna go Culling Ritual, pop their 3 permanents, and then Formidable Speaker, discard whatever I draw, tutor up something. What is that something, though? Tutor up Glarb. Also just Overlord here, I guess. Cavero's gone. Maybe I'm just supposed to Overlord instead. Let's pick up Wistfulness. I don't care what I draw. He immediately cares what he draws. Yeah, well. I would never have Charm. Never ever in a million years would they have Charm. It's Fairy Magic time. I played Living End on Monday and drew 7 Living Ends and 2 Cascaders in a match, so I went home to play Clair Obscure instead. That's the Living End experience. That's also why you should play Halo Forger. So you can discard it to Wistfulness, and then Halo Forger it back from the graveyard. I'm a hard cast this Wistfulness. Blue, blue, green, green, blue. Pop. What a good card. I also want this Endurance. Alright, Overlord. Your time's a ticking. Oh, they have another one. Uh-oh. Punch. We can also untap Wistfulness if we need to. I'm gonna Endurance in response, that way they can't Surveil Flage. Call that shit. We knew that was gonna happen. Okay, so Overlord's coming down. How many things can I attack? That's pretty good too. How many things can I attack with? 2 puts 2 cards in their graveyard. They can make Spyro tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at a virtual 3 right now. I think I need to impend Overlord and look for Wistfulness or something of the like. Can I have my Endurance get killed and then pick it back up? Try not to be dead to another Flage. I think the way I'm not dead to another Flage is either find Subtlety or Wistfulness. I don't think hard casting is the move. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to impend this. Because I have this one coming off of impend anyways, so hard casting doesn't make a lot of sense, I don't think. Oh, Fairy Macabre. I think I'd rather have the Subtlety than the Fairy Macabre, though. They're gonna ping me. They're gonna make tokens. So I'm dead to. I'm not dead to Flage. I'm not dead to a Johnny. That one I will Subtlety. I had to pick up Fairy Macabre as well. If I find Harvester of Misery, they just die. Yeah, Bomb was really good. Are you just dead to an attack from them? No. I have 3 blockers. Think you might be mathing wrong. They could do 5 damage max if I have 3 blockers. But the range cap on the bottom kick an orange chant, okay. That's another Wistfulness. I can grab a Fairy Macabre as well. So let's actually Wistfulness now. Yeah, I'm not gonna need that. Alright, give me the Wistfulness. I'm gonna murder this Goblin Bombardment. Oops. Clicked on Jean. Alright, combat. Punch, punch, punch. Punch. Grab the Macabre. Actually, I probably should have grabbed Subtlety. I think the card's pretty good. I have no qualms with the card. Yeah, I think they're on the 0 outer. Subtlety definitely would have made it the 0 outer, I think. Either way, this game is probably locked up. Opponent said, "Of course, a land, good games, you deserve to win!" Exclamation mark. Good games, opponent. That's what we call in the books streamer luck. In a different world, I keep that. This is pretty much the same hand, but again. Cycler Street Wraith. To be fine. Oh, Ruin Tomb. Hate to see it. Never gonna have double blue. Or am I? I can go get Hedge Maze and then I can play Water Grieve after Hedge Maze. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I just want to blow that up instead. Hmm. Another Utopia Sprawl. Another one. Which we're living in. Hate to see it. Hedge Maze, play Hedge Maze, Surveil. Bin that. I might suspend this living in. I probably am going to suspend this living in, actually. Chrysalis. think I want that to surveil, so suspend living end go. What are the bonuses of playing Sultai? I can actually suspend this card. They pinned a World Breaker. Oh, good. Now I have to deal with a World Breaker on the crackback. Plus, whatever this is. Another World Breaker. Yeah, might as well be. Bajuka Bog. Okay, that's kind of hater. Normally they have that in the sideboard now. I guess some builds play one in the main. I don't think we have died. That into that seems hard to beat. And a run bees as well. And kick another micro spawn. I'm gonna subtlety this with the trigger on the stack so that way they shuffle it back into their deck. So I do it this way, then they have to go search for their land, and then when they go search for their land, they're gonna shuffle it. Which is a pretty neat little interaction. Oh, it was actually a great draw. It was a phenomenal draw. Hey, plus draw. So I have his living end coming off a suspend. Hope they don't have Kozilek's command. Or anything else that matters. What is this? Something that matters. Wow, good. Michinugan. How do I beat that? I just cycled that accidentally. F6. An actual suspended living end. I think I'm supposed to cycle this. They're gonna kick another microspawn. Is that what's happening? Ah. Right. Alright. Let's go to the next game. I'd say close, but it wasn't. Freaking Eugene. I do think I want a bunch of endurances, though. Subtlety seems a little... It's part of 2 Street Wraiths. I haven't been super impressed by Street Wraith. Street Wraith might not need to be in the deck. It's probably a pretty reasonable cut. Yeah, that's how we win. Cast the living end by suspending it. Yeah, that Bajuka Bog did us in. We should play Inside Memory in this deck. Oh, wait. Maybe we're supposed to play Glen Elendra's Answer. Hold on. I don't think I spelled that right at all. I don't know what this card's called. Oh, I did spell it right. Damn, he's good. Counter all spells your opponent controls, not abilities your opponent controls. Create a 1/1 blue and black fairy with flying for each spell and ability countered this way. Maybe not terrible. That is too many force negations. 4 mana is pretty steep though. But it does counter Myco Spawn and makes 3 1/1s. This matchup is probably way harder than Eldrazi Drawn. Yep. Yeah, Utopia Sprawl on basic does seem tough to beat, huh? Another Fulminator. I think we play a Fulminator and then pop it on the Eldrazi Temple. And then set up the Living Ends. It's a Null Elemental Blast. What is this? Wow. My Fulminator Mage. Well, that's a bummer. And they've been decided the 7 deaths. Alright, discard another Fulminator Mage, grab a shard the Sage, and say go. And no deck in Modern has ever had a good Eldrazi matchup. That's facts. Think they have Cake, man? Probably. Cake. I'm gonna wait a turn. It's hard cast this Endurance. Get rid of their Sire of the 7 deaths. I guess every turn I wait, they could have a kicked Myco Spawn, though. Well, that's not a kicked Myco Spawn. They have another Flute. I think they have another Flute. Yeah, land drop. It's weird. Land drop would be great. Also, if I had one more black man, I could have thought seized them this turn. Alas. Man, based on this deck is pretty tough. So I'm dead if I do nothing. So I have to do something this turn. I could Speaker, grab a Land Cycler. Hope they don't have removal, but that died goes Lex Command. I could make them use the Flute, but then I'm kind of dead. This is super awkward. I guess I just make them use the Flute. I was hoping to draw something. some sort of something. Dead to Cake Man. Probably dead to Microspawn as well. This matchup seems really, really bad. Speaker is essentially more copies of Shardless Agent, while also being toolboxy. Isn't that really, really slow? I missed turn 4, right? I don't know. Seems fine. Don't think it's that slow. Yeah, I'm not playing Inevitable Betrayal. Maybe I should be. And then keep this. Too greedy. In Jund Living End. The problem with Jund Living End is that Violent Outburst is banned and Demonic Dread's unplayable. Now we're getting our run back. Maybe this is the Tron version this time. I think the Tron version is way more beatable. Alright, it's the Tron version. The Cascade Bloodbraid Elf, that card also sucks. That card is real bad. Bummer. My Overlord. Think they're gonna take the Overlord? Now we got a few hours until our standard challenge, by the way, Chaz. We gotta fix our mana base of our standard deck, and then we'll jam. Takes the Overlord like a hater. The problem with Bloodbraid Marauder is that you kind of need to play 3 drops for Living End to function well. I care about that. Probably not. And also, it's just like a card that loses twice as hard to graveyard hate. Because you need Delirium, and then Delirium's really hard to get. Without playing 3 drops. Oh, sorry, not without playing 3 drops, excuse me. Without playing some of the better color cards like Subtlety, Force Negation. You can't play 3 drops. What do I want to do here? I tried like a few games with Death Shadow, Moon Shadow. It was not great. Kind of just felt like we were losing to Solitude twice as hard. Let's take a card. Then I have Force for the other card, and then I have Subtlety. Well, I guess I have Subtlety for the card, and then Force for whatever else. 4x Vexing Bubble. Maybe. There's a lot of Solitude in the format right now. I also don't think the build we played was very good, though. Moon Shadow is a good card. But I don't think it's a good card with Death Shadow. And it requires some setup. It requires, like, DRC and Bobble and stuff to be good. So it's like, what shell does that really go in? Yeah, you have to run Mishra's Bobble. And I think if you're playing Mishra's Bobble, Vexing Bobble, you're going to have an issue. My opponent disconnected. Giant Meteor Wing Con. You could play like a Grixis Death Shadow shell without the Death Shadow, maybe. Just completely cut out the Death Shadow. Death Shadow was the worst part about Death Shadow anyways. Cecil was good, Rocket Bottom was good. Frog's good, EI's good. What if you could play a better card selection spell than EI, though, for taking out the Death Shadows? Living End Broken. The mana base needs to be changed significantly, I think. You need filter lands in the mana base. Probably a blue-green filter land and a black-blue filter land. Honestly, I think Moonshadow might be best in a Hollow one. Because if you Burning Inquiry and discard a bunch of permanents, doesn't it trigger 3 times? No. Is it 1 or more? Once? Never mind. Never mind. Wizards hates fun. Oh no, I got a hair in my drink. It's my own hair. Gurmag Angler. We could probably do a little bit better than Gurmag Angler. Hollow One plays a lot of the cards that that deck would want to play, though. It's got fetches. It could have Street Wraith. Could play Bobble. Yeah, I guess Frog's probably better. I didn't Ezreal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Moon Shadow goes, chat. You get Wan Shitong. I remember typing on Magic Online, I typed Wan Shitong, and it came up anyways. My muscle memory just wanted to finish the T after she. Maybe Moon Shadow is just good in like blue-black. Maybe you don't need red. Put card on the bottom. Okay, let's try to make sure we draw a blue card here. So here's what we're gonna do in order to try to draw a blue card. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna Cascade, and then we're gonna hit Living End. And then we're gonna turn off auto yields. Oh, I am gonna draw a blue card if I just settle these back on top. Oh, I'm not gonna draw a blue card, right? There are triggers on the stack first. So I have to surveil. And if I miss, I did it. If I miss, I just put it on top anyways, and I get everything back regardless. Moon Shadow goes into the bulk binder. Poor Moon Shadow. Sometimes lucky, never miss. I guess we're still in trouble to a Devourer if they draw another Devourer. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Maybe this matchup's not cooked. Street Wraith might be worse than Subtlety, just because Force Negation's so important. So let's actually cut the Street Wraiths instead. Could bring in a Force of Vigor and cut all the Street Wraiths. I don't even know if you need 4 Fulminators, probably not. But then again, tutoring for Fulminator can be a little bit slow. But I just want this against the Tron matchup, really. I think I get blue, black, and then black, green, maybe. Because I want to Thoughtseize them on too, most likely. We're going to aggro force this map. I'm curious to see if it's going to work out for us. Maybe I get black, green here. Yeah, let's get black, green. Now that I want to like Wistfulness this Chalice. I think we'll leave that on top. I do want to hit a land drop though, so maybe I was supposed to bin that. I was kind of worried about Thought Knots here, but I guess I don't really care that much about Thought Knots here. Yeah, I should have been that. That was a mistake. Now I have to make a decision too. I want to Thoughtseize them. I guess I don't have to. I can get Overgrown Tomb. My mana's gonna be bad until I draw Blue Source. But now don't have to decide between Thoughtseizing them and shattering this Chalice. if I don't draw a land. I should have been this. That was a mistake. I don't really care about that honestly because I could just take it with this deceit. I do need to hit land drop though, so this should be in the graveyard right now. Curious to see if they're gonna cycle a Kozilek's command. Seven drop, Mind Stone. Okay, I'll take the Mind Stone. Getting closer to Tron. Could be bad. I got never punished for topping that subtlety, by the way. Streamer luck. Wistfulness is one of the best cards that's been put into Living End in a long time, I think. Wistfulness is amazing. Single cavity for not having been in 5 years. It's not bad. Honestly, Wistfulness and Bant Living End is probably the answer. Just go back to playing Bant, because Deceit's good and all, but Deceit's, like, not necessary. But Wistfulness, so much better. Weird flex, a little bit. Do you want any pre-releases? No, I didn't go to any pre-releases. Wistfulness is really, really good. Because you were playing red for what, looting before? Harbinger in the sideboard. I don't think you need Harbinger. Why is the opponent's clock like that? That's a good question. Shardless Agent. Alright, we gotta dodge Tron off the top. We failed. At least we get a turn because they have mono 7 drops in their hand. We'll probably win off of this, right? They're at 3. Even if they dust me, I get the flash and subtlety. Alright. Goodbye, Eugene.
Have you
Bing
peeked?
bong, bing bong, bing bing bong.
Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore!